Memorex.
And we're live.
And we're live.
And we're hopefully.
No
Guys.
intro tonight. We decided to go without the intro because
Bear
it's
with
the
us.
first week of football season.
Right.
But thank you for joining us. CB looks frazzled.
I don't know what
does.
happened.
Of the three of us, she's the one that's never
Never
frazzled.
frazzled.
I mean, we're still trying to come up with fantasy questions.
Yeah.
Should we take the night off? Just kidding. Welcome into Four Quarters
guys are
live
so dark.
on our Four Quarters Facebook page, live on 802 Scoops. And again, the button is right there. It's like right here. Press the button on YouTube and subscribe to us.
It's free.
It is free. And as Wheels will always say, not a lot of things in life are free.
No.
Huh?
Our fantasy football is not free.
So you guys, how many hours? 24, 28, 27 hours
Yeah.
till kickoff?
I'm psyched.
These
And
are
I'm
nice-
never usually psyched for Thursday night games because they're always usually like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and this one might be
It could be
Yeah. Wait, does Prime have the Thursday night games again?
I think so.
It is, yes. No, it says Peacock.
Oh, maybe it's
NBC
Peacock.
Peacock.
What does that mean?
Is it
Can
on?
somebody tell us what that means?
Right. Do
Am
we
I gonna-
have to have Peacock in order to watch this game?
I'm
Turn
like
'em
really
up. Okay.
confused because there's
got it, Karen.
more. There's more than I swear it's. I got way too many notes. I always do.
Right.
But it says, let me go to my NFL one.
How's the sound, guys? I'm asking chat.
Oh,
Okay.
NBC Peacock is the Thursday night game and the Friday night game from Brazil. Peacock.
Interesting.
So do we need to get the app again?
I'm hoping somebody. Where's
That's
Ryan?
just
Is
weird.
Ryan on? Is Garrett on? They got to let us know.
right.
Clayton's in the chat.
Clayton, let us know, because we don't know. We just don't know. But anyways, I digress. We're getting off schedule already.
But, it's
CB,
a frenzy right now.
can I throw you?
If it works.
Everyone
All
bear
right.
with us
All right.
today.
So,
we have new
we're
mics,
starting- I
new
didn't even start the
system.
timer.
We got
yet?
this. We got this. We got this.
All right.
Let's see. All right, our adoption, is that what you were throwing to me?
I was gonna throw to you the adoption of the week.
Oh, Garrett says sound is good. Awesome.
Okay,
Thanks,
you,
Garrett.
Thanks, Garrett.
And Garrett, Peacock, do you have to subscribe to it, or is it just NBC?
But
It's
feel
not
like when you-
Prime. It's not.
I feel
Prime
like we have
Video.
to I feel like you have to have Peacock.
Really?
I do. I feel that way. But maybe not. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm confused. I am really confused. CB, can you see our board? You can't, can you?
A little bit of it.
A little
Yes.
bit of it.
This
All
is
right.
our version of chess.
It is literally. As I
Yes.
was putting
This
all
is
the helmets out.
this is our version of chess since I don't know how to play real chess, nor will I ever teach myself or want to learn
I
because
know, me either.
it's too I
Yeah.
can't. We're too like squirrely for chess.
Literally,
Yeah,
I'd be
I
like, what
couldn't-
am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
The board is set up that we have the helmets matched up, and we have an updated helmet set from last year.
Right.
I mean, we have the real, we have all 32 teams. It is
Oh.
32 teams, right?
Yes.
If we pulled it back.
You have to subscribe to Peacock.
Yeah.
Well, that's a.
Do me a favor, guys. Oh, can you make it more the black?
The black. Close the black.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Epic fail, guys. Bloopers.
You know how many?
I think we're on the blooper reel
you know
now.
how many? How many people are viewing us now?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to put this down for
Okay.
now, Lillian.
All right.
Is that going to be okay?
I think that'll work.
Oh.
That'll be all right.
You guys, so
Okay, we're good
we just
now.
made a blooper reel. It's fine. It's fine.
This
Is this to
oh
kill
yeah,
this?
that's good. There's the blooper reel.
This fly will not
Right
leave
there.
me alone.
Okay. Have you ever used one?
No,
of
but
those?
how do you zap it?
It's you just like you're playing tennis or pickleball.
Okay.
You whoosh, and you'll hear zit.
Oh,
I'm not
it
kidding
will
you.
just fry.
Yep.
Good.
Had one summer. You would love it.
Yeah.
You would love it. So you're sitting by the fire. I don't know why I don't have those anymore.
I mean, it's entertaining.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hand-eye
Seriously.
coordination. All right, I like it.
And then when
Okay.
friends bring their kids
Thanks,
over,
Mark.
you just hand them
Yeah.
that. All right. I'm sorry. We digress.
Sorry,
Colonel
CB.
fell.
Guys, it's okay. Mark says that the video is better now. They can see you. You guys
Oh.
were a little dark before.
Oh.
But
I mean,
this
the only
works.
person you want to see is CB.
Right.
Okay?
I mean-
literally.
All right, guys, let's
go.
Let's see how this
We're
adoption
digressing
video
a
goes.
lot right now.
Let's hope that this goes. Okay, this video works. Thankfully. All right,
Perfect.
guys, for the adoption for the doggo this week from Team Golden Hugs, we have Abigail again. She's 8 years old. She's a short
turn.
distance runner, and oh no, what just happened? She's a short distance runner, and oh my goodness, here we go, guys. Oh man. All right, this is just all right. We're gonna go back. Anyways, she's short distance runner. She likes to play, but then she also loves to kind of hang out on the couch. She will do better with an older male presence.
Bo.
Yep. But can be a little dog selective. She's a German Shepherd, so they can be a little bit protective.
They can be, yeah,
But
that's true.
she's a gorgeous dog, guys. She's Team Golden Hugs. Check her out. They also still have Noodle there, who is the
that
hound
name.
mix.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, go check out. They have 2 dogs up there, guys. Go check them out. They're both adorable. Yeah, that's it.
I would love to bring her in. I don't know how her and Freya would do. Her and Bo would probably be adorable
Oh
together.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But with that being said, Golden Hugs came to see us on Sunday
Sunday. Yes.
to try to see how Freya would do with another dog because she's very territorial. And her and Bo both failed.
Oh.
I know Karen's going to tell me I'm lying to you guys, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
Jed that they brought to visit is the mellowest black lab / golden retriever mix I've ever seen. He is sweet. So
cute.
sweet.
Oh.
And Freya did what Freya always did. Bo barked and barked
Oh.
and barked, so he had to go back inside.
Oh, Bosef.
Thankfully, Jess was holding on to Freya because she's a little bit stronger than me. She's a lot stronger than me. So it didn't go well because we were thinking of fostering one of the puppies that's due in soon. So
Spoiler
there's
alert.
my sad story.
Spoiler alert, there's puppies coming in soon.
Spoiler alert, there's puppies coming in. Really cute puppies. I think 4, and I don't know, week or 2 out. So we will definitely be giving them a ginormous shout out.
Right. It's hard though when it's 2 against 1.
Yes.
And it's their house and their territory, and because we had the same thing happen. Cheyenne's parents were here over the weekend, and they brought one of their dogs, and we tried a meet and greet. We had Paisley go first, and Paisley was wonderful, like way better than we thought. And then, but Avery was going crazy because she wasn't out there with them, and then her craziness resulted in Paisley getting territorial, and then it just did not work from there. So, lesson learned. We learned lessons. So, maybe it has to be in mutual territory. I don't. I'm not at all a dog whisperer, so I don't know, but.
I worked all weekend on my dad, guys. I worked all
Noodle.
weekend on my dad for Noodle. Because
Do you
she
think
would be
he's
the
wilting like a noodle yet?
You know what? He's going away this weekend. I was like, what if I just
What
What
if
if you
Noodle just
just-
landed on your doorstep?
I think he would kill me, but I worked. I
don't
think
think he
I'm
would.
soft. I'm soft. He's softening up.
Fly is
He's softening up
gonna have
because
death.
she would be like, he loves hounds.
Yeah.
She's not a puppy. She's
Yeah.
2 years old.
Yeah.
So I think he's softening up. We'll keep trying.
I think you should make a move now, though, to maybe,
Right.
do a meet and greet with Sophie.
Right?
Yeah.
Talk to your friend Karen. She has some contacts there.
We'll do.
But then Noodle's going to show up on your door. I just need you to know that. So thank you, but that's a sad one.
I know,
yeah.
guys. Check her
Come
out.
on.
Maybe I'll get Abigail,
I mean, I can
but Sophie's not an adult. She's
I
not an
can
adult
punt
male.
Freya over to Wheel's house, just around the corner.
Oh,
Just let her go.
And
She'll find her
then
way.
We can bring her in with Bo. They would be great
Karen,
together.
are you hearing this?
So moving on.
Karen would punt you to our house before she'd punt Freya.
That's true.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we would have fun.
True.
I mean, we would have a really good
True.
time.
And then,
Oh,
and
buddy,
then
guys, we're digressing.
we are
I know,
digressing
we are.
bad.
Well,
Bad.
going.
Football start tomorrow?
Yeah. Okay.
Any
Hello to
shout
all the
outs
new
your
videos.
way? I'm going to
to
go
viewers.
Wheels way.
No, go Wheels.
Go Wheels way.
I just have a couple. So shout out to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever for
Shut
qualifying
up.
for the playoffs.
That's on my notes. Now I
Yeah.
feel like Kornheiser and Wilbon.
Right.
When I'm like, he goes, it's on my notes.
Yep.
Stop talking about my notes.
I have no notes, just winging it.
Wing and a prayer.
But I
Jeez, I'm
feel like I
proud.
haven't done a Caitlin Clark shout out in a long time. So it's more of an Indiana Fever shout out. So
Best part is they're in the playoffs without
Right.
having to play.
right.
Last night, I mean.
And it's because the Sky lost, right?
And
And
the Dream.
Dream.
They
And the
both
Dream.
had
Yep.
to lose.
Yep.
And that is their first playoff berth since 2016.
Yeah.
Did you already say that?
No,
Okay.
but I knew it was the longest drought in.
The longest drought and postseason drought.
Yeah.
But
So all done.
but if standings stay as is, they have to go against Minnesota,
Oh yes.
which
They-
is
Okay.
I mean Minnesota just lost to the Dallas.
Oh my God.
Dallas
I'm going
wins.
to watch the dogs. All
Yeah.
I'm going to do is watch the dogs going
But
by.
I mean, the Fever have had some
Squirrel.
big wins. I mean, they beat the Sun. They've
Yeah.
played. So just don't count them out. Like they just need to
Absolutely.
get in, especially starting 1 and 8.
100%.
For sure.
So shout out to them. Also shout out to my niece Addie. Her first her first varsity soccer game is tonight under the lights at 6. She's the starting goalkeeper for the varsity squad.
That's
Solid.
awesome. Ding,
So
ding, ding.
good luck to her and all the Otters for their first game.
Otters.
They're playing Hartford. Of course, they're playing
I feel
Hartford.
like they're always playing.
Of course they are.
Hartford. God.
So, anyways, all of their home games are under the lights, which is pretty nice.
That's really cool.
Which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
God, that used to be a one game a season
Right? It
thing.
used to be
I
like this
think
big
it's
to
cool.
do. Now they're
I
under
think
the
that's
lights
really
all the time. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, I had a shout down, I guess, shoutish question for everybody because we all remember the whole Cheryl Swoops saga with Caitlin Clark. Remember? Not getting her facts straight and being a so-called hater or whatever. Well, apparently something else has happened with Nancy Lieberman.
Yep.
Did you guys
Did
hear
you,
that?
Did you see the interview?
I did.
Yep.
Do tell.
So Cheryl Swoops was due to be a commentator at the Fever
Dallas game.
game.
Yep.
Okay.
She was removed for Nancy Lieberman.
Okay.
Nobody really knows the real reason. The rumor going out there is because it's a Caitlin Clark game and she is not a Caitlin Clark fan. And Lieberman kind of attests to that and kind of calls her out on that. And
Calls Swoops out on it.
Calls Swoops out on that. And it is a
Interesting.
big, huge.
Yeah.
Swoops and Lieberman no longer speak.
Yep.
It's a big, huge.
But Lieberman is so
Deal.
like that whole. I love the interview though with Stephen A. And I hate
Yes,
Stephen A.
I know.
so much. But she is just so smart.
She is
and
so
she
smart.
knows her shit.
Yeah.
Like she knows her history. She has great.
Yeah.
It was a great interview.
So in my day, when women's
Yeah.
sports wasn't popular, it was all Ann Myers and Nancy Lieberman.
Yep.
Yep.
They were the best
Yep.
players.
Yep.
Never missed an Old Dominion game. Oh wait, it probably wasn't on TV. I lie.
Right.
So I probably caught one game a year that was on TV. And literally, they are the founders
Yeah.
Yeah.
for women's basketball. They are the face. If there's a Mount Rushmore, they should be on it.
But
Oh,
what's nice
100%.
about Nancy is like she just gives props to all of the rookies.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Correct.
And doesn't go into the media like storylines or anything. She just talks about them as players,
Yep.
Right.
which is so nice to get out of like the whole discourse of
Right.
Angel versus Caitlyn.
Right.
It's
Right.
stupid.
Right. I
All
agree.
all of these
all of
rookie
it
class,
is. Yeah.
all
It's
of these
just
rookies are-
creating, I mean, it's getting people to listen and watch the WNBA, all
Yeah.
of this controversy. It
sure.
always does for any sport.
100%.
But yeah, it all started when Swoops made those comments when Caitlin was still at Iowa. Lieberman called her to let her know that she's allowed her opinion, but she needs to get her facts correct.
Right.
And so,
Right.
Cheryl Swoops took offense to that. And so that started the whole headbutting, and they haven't really spoken since about that. But because I guess Swoops made a comment about the Indiana Fever playing so well, and she named individual players as to why they're succeeding, and Caitlin was not mentioned. And I mean, come on.
Which is
Caitlin lover, Caitlin hater.
Right.
I'm sorry, but you can't mention the Indiana Fever without mentioning Caitlin
Right,
Clark.
right.
So right there was just another like, okay, Swoops is clearly
Right.
has an agenda or
I
something.
thought she had gotten better since the whole.
No. So I wanted your guys' opinion on that
Yeah.
because obviously me being a Caitlin lover,
Yep.
I just cannot believe Cheryl Swoops. It's like get over yourself already.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Like
Yeah. Like
mean,
yeah.
I
There's
don't
not much else
understand.
to say. I don't
Yeah.
understand what Cheryl Swoops is saying.
Yeah.
I can only speak
Yeah.
for myself. I think the course that the Indiana Fever have taken this year is exactly the course that I thought they would
Right.
take.
Right.
They got thrown together,
Mm-hmm.
especially a rookie like Caitlin Clark, right, a
Being
week
the
after the
point.
draft.
Right.
Yeah. Aaliyah Boston's only in her second year, coming
Mm-hmm.
off Rookie of the Year. And then you got to mesh with the veterans, so-called
Right.
veterans on the team. And nobody is meshing better than their big three, which is Caitlin, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston.
Right.
But there's a great supporting cast.
Oh, yeah.
And you're walking into a room and onto a court with a bunch of strangers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
takes
exactly.
time.
Of course it does.
It takes time. It takes time for all the teams. And they are a team that nobody's going to want to play.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nobody.
Definitely not.
Nobody.
Especially with their fast pace of play
You're
in
right.
a 3-game series.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be rough for any team.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't like doing comparisons, but I do compare her game, Caitlin Clark's, to Steph Curry. Very, very similar. They can shoot lights out from anywhere. But as a true basketball fan, I love watching their passing.
Me too.
more than
Oh,
anything.
100%. Oh, yeah.
I love it. Caitlin's getting better on the defensive end. Steph Curry has his ups and downs. He gets yanked out of the game
Yeah.
when they're on defense as
Yeah.
well. But they're both faces of their franchise and of the league.
Yep.
Yes. Oh,
I
100%.
can't speak
Yeah.
for Cheryl Swoops. I mean, is it jealousy?
Right.
Probably because I look at somebody like Joe Montana on the sideline at a San Francisco game, and I'm like, thank God they all still know who he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm sure everyone still knows who Cheryl Swoops is. If they don't,
Absolutely.
then I'm sorry.
Right.
But Joe Montana's there. He looks great. He looks like he could still play. But is he getting $50 million a year? No, he never did.
Right.
So is there a little bit of jealousy? Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go so far as to say, guys, I wish I wasn't going to be 60 next year, because if skateboarding had been popular in my time, I would have been in the X Games. Right. I have no doubt. That's how freaking good I was. I would have been in the X Games. Yeah, it sucks, but oh well. I use it
Right.
as,
Right.
thank God, everything's come where it has.
Right.
Especially women's sports.
Women's sports.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I look at like BMX. I made my own little jump with my bricks and a board, and now
Yeah.
look at them. So, but you can't be jealous. You got to be proud of where we are.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So,
Right. And thank them and like
Keep
I
going
mean,
forward. Keep going forward.
Right.
my shout out is to our fantasy football league. Yep, I said
Yeah.
it. Our fantasy football league. Not saying I know more than anyone, because I do not, and is 70% of fantasy football's luck,
Yes.
and nobody can tell me it's not.
Oh, 100%.
The other 25% is how you draft, but then it's how you play the waiver, and it's you got better hope. Well, I should give a bigger percentage to not getting hurt.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
players
Oh,
not
yeah.
getting
For
hurt,
sure.
because that can just be the
Yeah.
demise of your team.
Yes.
But it is a lot of luck. I was talking with Kathy Thurston recently, and we were telling someone how she had beat me in the finals last year. And I literally said to her, I literally said to them, yes, C.D. Lamb beat me. And the score was very, very close, but C.D. Lamb got her like 58 or
He went
60
off.
points.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
went off.
Yeah.
I mean, the Detroit Lions, I think they were playing, I can't remember who it was, couldn't tackle him to save their life.
Right.
Right.
So there's a lot of luck right there, and then I only lose by a little bit. So, but I digress. I sat around, and I'm not saying people draft good and people draft bad, because again, it's luck. But you look around, and I like to draft. Draft night is my favorite part. I hate making my weekly lineup. I hate it. I hate watching
It
the
is
bottom
stressful.
line on ESPN because you know how everyone's doing. I love draft night. And I know I did at least 100 mock drafts before. I knew where I was picking. I knew what players in the neighborhood these 4 or 5 should be. But I watched, I listened to everybody's pick. The table we had set up was fabulous. Thank you, Emily Hawes. And everybody just drafted so well that I went, oh my God, this is going to be fabulous. And I'm not saying anyone never drafts bad, but when I was doing the mock drafts on ESPN, could never get a B. It was always a C.
Yeah.
And they would always say, your weakness is defense because you took a bad defense. Well, I don't really care.
Right.
Because I'm taking defense last.
Right.
Right.
So you really couldn't get a B. Then I got a couple of them. Well, then our draft ends, and one of the teams in our draft got an A.
Right.
Team coaches.
Right.
Way to go, Tanya McCauley and Morgan Rogerson. Way
Right.
to go for getting an A.
Yeah.
5 B's and 4 C's, and even the C's, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're always so ticky-tacky. So like if you took one tight end and didn't take 2,
Right. Like us.
that's gonna that's gonna give you a little in the pecking order.
Guilty.
You're gonna get knocked
Guilty.
down a little bit. It's the first time I've ever done that. too,
Yeah,
with tight ends.
You had the whole plan. You told me at work the whole plan.
Oh, yeah.
that
It
you were
never
going
goes as
two
planned.
Emily
tight- two
ruined my
tight ends.
plan, but then she told me I ruined her plan because I took McBride. She wanted McBride. She did not know I wanted Ferguson. So I got to give her kudos.
Yeah.
I would have taken Ferguson too because they were flying off the board.
Yeah.
Wheels got a B.
Yep.
I got a B. But that doesn't really matter.
No.
It gets thrown out the window now.
No.
I think the only temper tantrum thrown was by,
I heard.
I mean, I really honestly thought it was you picking at that moment.
I can't believe it.
And you know how the sun was kind of glaring on our laptops,
Yeah.
but I could see the name, so I knew Anthony Richardson went. I thought nothing of it until she goes, "Who just took Anthony Richardson?"
my
I was like, "I
God.
thought it was you," but
Yeah.
I don't think Cork's listening, so you can call
I
her.
hope she's not.
You can call her all sorts of names.
Yep. So
I
she
really don't
stole
mind-
him right out from under my nose.
You were picking next, right?
Yes, and I was
Ooh,
picking him.
That hurts.
Yeah,
That
that's
hurts.
the-
Because the
hard
quarterbacks, people were starting to take the quarterbacks, and I'm like, all right, I got to get my guy. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's going to think to take him. He was out all last year. No, freaking Cork.
And I think we made everybody mad because every time somebody did take a quarterback, we'd look at each
Yeah,
other.
we're
We were
like-
sitting pretty close,
Yeah.
and we're like,
Yeah.
"What? Why are you taking a quarterback now?" I think they wanted to say, "Shut up, you two,"
Probably.
because I am.
Probably.
We couldn't pick on Shy though because she wasn't there.
No.
But
She
there's
took quarterback round 2. So.
Round 2 started it off.
Yep.
Hey, she wanted Josh Allen.
She did. She
wanted
really
Josh
did. That was the
Allen.
one player she really wanted, so she was like, I'm going to do it.
So I just wanted to give a shout out to our league because I couldn't be prouder. You guys were all freaking rock stars, and holy crap, this is
It's going to be tight.
tough.
Yep.
I think the steal of the draft, and I still don't know why I didn't take him. No, I do know why. Or Wheels didn't take him, is Jahmyr Gibbs falling to the second to the last pick in round 2.
Right?
And falling to the person, that's
Oh,
right,
let
it's
me guess,
Cork
Cork.
again, who got Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Damn.
Talk
Yeah.
about a PPR tandem.
Yeah. That was my bad.
No, and here's, I was
It
gonna
was
take
my
him.
bad because I was going to take him, but I had read it wrong because there's 3 lines on our draft. Like, I was on my phone because my computer died.
If you had your laptop, it would have been better.
It would have been better.
Yep.
And I misread it, and it said best available was Gibbs, and I had thought it said that he had just been drafted. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take Henry because I wanted him anyway.
Right.
Because I didn't think Gibbs would still be there, and I should have taken Gibbs. But I'm okay with Henry.
All
I'm
right,
okay.
your 20 touchdowns you're
Yeah,
gonna get from
I'm okay.
Henry. You'll
I'm
be,
all right
You'll be
with that,
all right
but-
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of fun. Can't wait, even though it stresses me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to mature a little bit and, not stay awake till 3 a.m. on Monday night to make sure I won or lost. I'm being facetious now. You know what started? High school sports.
Yes, it did.
Dang.
Wheels already said that,
Mm-hmm.
but we had some opening games Friday and over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give a quick recap of opening games for some local high school. First one we're going to hit on is boys soccer, where Harwood, a goal by All-State midfielder Eamon Langley on an Eli Harrington assist, was the difference maker this past Saturday, as the Harwood boys soccer team kicked off its season and extended its winning streak to 18 games.
Wow.
Wow.
Come on, that's good stuff
Yeah,
right
it is.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously the state champs in D2 as well. A big 1-0 victory over South Burlington. Way to start with a D2
Yep.
team as well. Montpelier boys soccer, it was sophomore Dean Jones who buried what proved to be the game-winning goal in the 66th minute. And the Solons added 2 more for a 4-1 win over BFA St. Albans. Again, way to start.
Yep.
With a strong opponent. Girls' side of the soccer field, Rutland Spalding to a 1-1 tie. Good job, Spalding, opening up with a D1
D1,
school.
yeah.
But let me give a special shout out to sophomore Cam Sofin. Scored on a penalty kick with 5 minutes left to salvage the tie. Tied goalie Rory Glassford had 12 saves, and Glassford's impressive effort eventually set the stage for the game-tying strike after a Rutland player was whistled for a pushing infraction. Sofin, again, first time varsity player here. Well, no, she might have made it last year, but Sofin showcased nerves of steel while stepping up to the stripe and firing a shot past Rutland keeper Emma Grimes. The Spalding Crimson Tide will be hosting Mount Abe this Friday. On the field hockey side, how quickly we go. U32 with a 2-1 win over Burlington. Again, way to play a tough opponent. Freshman Addison Coleman Graves. There you are right on the screen, Addison. Scored the game-winning goal Saturday on a Grace Lagerstead assist with 10:10 left in the fourth quarter, propelling the Raiders past the Seahorse. Says Coach Dylan Burns, I love this. The game was a good learning experience for us. We are a young team. 6 of our starters today had no varsity experience.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's great.
They got off to a hot start, though. You guys are going to know these names, with the first goal being scored on the season by the duo of Hannah Drury and Chloe Pembroke. Congratulations to U32 field hockey. Montpelier field hockey. They graduated 7 seniors last spring. You guys are going to love this one. Had to pick up the pieces quickly before Friday's season opener. They beat Linden 9-0. Had to pick up, I'm testing you guys if you're listening. Facing off against Division III rival Linden, the 2-time defending champs did not skip a beat. Cruising to a 9-0 victory, Reagan Walk and Leah Walsh, 1 assist, both registered hat tricks. Emily Tringe tallied 1 goal and 4 flippin' assists. I'd say they're okay with their 7 seniors that have graduated.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
We are still on field hockey with Harwood downing the Mount Abe Eagles on a gritty comeback effort. Mount Abe pulled ahead in the 7th minute before Harwood's Kaylin Brook assisted Lindsay Bowden for the equalizer in the 28th minute, and then Boyden set up Adelaide Frank for the game winner in the second half. Nice 2-1 win for the Highwood Harlanders field hockey team. Now we're going to bounce to football because, that should be the theme.
Yeah.
As the leaves fall, literally name of our show. The Spalding Crimson Tide got off to a bumpy start, but again, game 1, people. A 42-0 loss to Rice. They will be back in action tomorrow night. It's a Thursday night game. Tomorrow night as they host the Mount Abe Eagles. Looking for a bounce-back game right here in Barrie. Garrett Sicily and I will have the call, 6 p.m. kickoff for
fun.
It should be a beautiful night for a game. So
Beautiful
Absolutely.
night. And Friday, U32 will be hosting up at Raiderland, and Garrett Sicily will have that call. I will be at the Connecticut Sun. Sorry. Sorry, Garrett. I'm going to end it with U32 football. They were facing off against the defending Division II champs, North Country Falcons. They're always good in football.
always.
And the Raiders came away with a 40-8 win.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Ding, ding, ding,
Wow.
ding, ding, ding.
That's a statement win right there.
Yep, Thursday season opener, and it was this past Thursday, and it was in Newport. So U32's opener will be this Friday night. First-year coach Chris Carteret, so you got to give a big shout-out to the first-year coach here, was all about the ground game. Controlling the clock, giving the ball to Aiden Boyd, one of my favorites to watch, allowing him to do what he does best. The 3-sport senior standout rushed for 190 yards
Wow.
on 26 carries and scored 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Damn.
Quarterback Charlie Fitzpatrick, another one of my faves from last season, threw 3 first-half touchdown passes, and teammate Drew Frostick returned a fumble for a 99-yard
Oh, wow.
touchdown. I like this because North Country's always good. Obviously, Division II state champs. They have a 6'3", 200-pound all-state quarterback named Hayden Boyven. U32 kept him to 2 for 16.
Wow.
Passing.
Wow.
So our defensive plan was to keep Boyven in the pocket and keep pressure on him, Carteret said. We did very well with that, and it shows in the stats. 2 for 16 in the passing department. Our defense played as one, and we told them to keep throwing rocks. Now, I should have it on the whiteboard because it's R-O-C-K. by playing relentlessly, opportunistically, competitively, and knowing your role, which
Nice.
means rocks.
Rocks.
Come on, first-year coach.
It's impressive.
You
That's
are
a good
knocking
one.
it
That's a good
out
one.
of the park. So you guys get my featured spotlight of the week, and Garrett Sicily, enjoy calling that home opener. That place is going to be rocking on a Friday night, as I also hope everybody will be rocking over at AG Pendle Field tomorrow night for the second game for the Spalding Crimson Tide. Takes me a long time. I get really winded after the high school sports, and that's just week one, you guys.
DJ's in the chat. He said, "Hey, my draft sucked ass."
Ask why did it? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Give us
Who was your first pick? Like,
yeah. Give us your first 3 picks.
Where were you? Was it 10 team, 12 team? Like, what number did you get a pick?
And I want you and Garrett. I don't think Jen's in the chat, but at the end
She
of
is
the
not.
program, after Wheels does her pick 6, I'm gonna just talk about the first 6 rounds of our draft, and I want you guys to tell me who was the steal of that round.
Yeah.
Come on, that'll be fun. We'll talk briefly about MLB because we have to. There's like 5
It's
weeks
narrowing
left.
it down. Yeah.
6 weeks left.
It's coming down to the end. It's where it's
Last
getting good.
week we said we felt bad for Witt because
Yes.
of the season Aaron Judge is having.
Yes.
So we know Aaron Judge is going to be the AL MVP.
Yes.
He's been slumping.
I know.
We
jinxed
know that
We jinxed him.
Shohei has the NL MVP locked up.
Oh, yeah.
But CB brought what to my attention yesterday?
The discussion around Shohei is he's about to have probably, most likely, unless we podcast jinx him, the first
Yeah.
50-50 year. 50 home runs,
Right.
50 stolen
Right.
bases. He's at
Right.
like 46 stolen
got-
bases, like 43 home
Well, he
runs.
had like
something
3
like
the
that.
other
He's right
day.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the question is, does he deserve to be MVP if he's not playing the field?
Great question.
That is a great
Which
question.
I valid because the players on the field are playing every single inning.
Right.
They have way more chances to screw up. Let's be real.
Right.
And I mentioned that Lindor has been really
Can I-
hot.
Really
both
hot. Yeah.
throw numbers your way?
offensively and defensively.
And defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 30 homers, 37 doubles, 84 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases, while playing one of the toughest positions.
Yep.
Right.
For sure.
And they're probably
And-
he's probably not even going to get mentioned.
Right.
And he's on the Mets, who, I'm sorry, at this point in the season should be in 4th place, and
Yep.
they're half a game out of the
Yeah.
last wild card
Yep.
spot. Yes,
Yep.
that's probably going to podcast jinx them. But you mentioned Lindor. I'm a
Right.
Met fan. I
Yeah.
didn't mention him. You did.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that, buddy.
But
And
that's a
what's
very
so-
valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very valid.
I will say it should be a race. Ohtani will win by a nose, and that's how it should be,
Yeah.
by a nose.
Yeah.
Because Lindor plays shortstop. He plays in New York, which
Right.
isn't easy.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's got a big contract, not as big as Ohtani's, but he's got a pretty big one
Yep.
on a team that hasn't really been doing a whole heck of
Right.
a lot.
Right.
Right. Where Shohei is just surrounded
By
By-
so much
by
talent.
talent.
Superstars.
Yeah.
Doing what he was expected to do. The team is doing what
Exactly.
they're expected
Exactly.
to do. That plays a role in it too. In my mind, as a
Right.
voter, like,
And-
okay, he was
Right.
expected to do this.
Right, and
like-
it's most valuable player. It's
Right,
not
right.
the best player. It's
Right,
most
right.
valuable.
Correct.
Like Judge is literally
Literally.
the most valuable player on the Yankees. You can't
Right.
even
Right.
argue. And I think that is also a big thing, right?
Right.
How much are you impacting your team?
Yep.
The Dodgers are probably still going to be the Dodgers without Shohei. Let's be
Right,
real
sure,
this year
sure.
because he's not pitching, right?
Right.
But would the Mets be the Mets without Lindor? No.
no.
They'd be battling the Nationals
Absolutely
for
not.
last place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely not. So,
I love your point, and
Yeah.
if I was
Yeah,
a writer
that's a
that
great
had to
point.
vote,
right.
I would vote for Lindor.
Yeah.
Right. Same.
You brought it to the forefront yesterday, and I was like, that's really good, CB.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, because we always go to Shohei.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only speak for me. But one thing I will say is the Cy Young in the National League will definitely go to Chris Sale.
Yeah.
In his
oh my
comeback
gosh, he's
season.
Right?
He's been
Comeback season.
crazy, guys.
He is 16-3. He
That's
just
nuts.
recorded his 200th strikeout.
Yep.
And he's just like, I think 2019 was the last time he had 200 strikeouts, and it
Yep.
was 219
Yep.
strikeouts. He's got 200 right now.
Guys, want to hear a fun fact? He's pitched more innings than he ever pitched for the Boston Red Sox.
Right? Right?
No, it's like a legit stat.
Yeah.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. He's 16-3.
Yeah.
I think he's first in wins, first in strikeouts, and I think ERA he was second or third.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that vicinity. In his comeback season, Boston let him walk. Don't blame them.
No.
Really
No.
don't.
No,
No.
not at all.
But
He barely
look at-
pitched for them.
And where would the Braves be without him?
Yeah.
Because they've just
Yeah.
been hit with too many injuries. Way too many injuries. So, CB, thanks for doing that because I'm all about Lindor.
Yeah.
Now he'll probably get hurt and go
Right.
into a slump
Well,
for the
that's
next 5 weeks.
Judges after we talked about him last week. So
He's been slumping.
yeah.
You know, some things have changed and some things haven't. We keep talking about the standings. Yankees are still half game behind Baltimore, leading the wild card. Last week, as we sat here and we just kind of puffed our chest a little bit because the Kansas City Royals were one
Yes.
game out,
Yep.
they are now 5.5 games
Yeah.
Yep.
out. And they have
Yep.
slid below the Twins, who are 4.5 out.
Ugh.
Twins and Royals still hold spots
Yes.
2 and 3.
Yep.
But the Detroit Tigers are 4.5 out in that last wild card spot. Who? Yeah, I
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah.
Along with Boston. The other thing is Houston had a 3.5 game lead on Seattle. They now have a 6.5 game lead.
Ooh,
on
yeah.
the
Seattle
AL.
has not been playing well.
No. And I was going all in on
Yep.
Seattle.
Same.
Yep.
Same.
I think we all three
Especially
were
once they
doing
got
that.
Arozarena.
Right.
You're like, oh,
Phillies are
yep.
still
Good.
doing what the Phillies have been doing.
Yep.
The Brewers have the biggest cushion, 10-game lead on the Cubs, 11-game lead on the Cardinals. The Dodgers lead over the Padres 3 games last week, 5.5. D-backs 6.
Yeah. They've
The
been coming
Cubs
off.
are in that wild. The Cubs just show up in the second
Yeah.
half of the
It's
season.
it's
Yeah.
like right at the end they like to keep us in suspense.
So again, nothing's changed with the wild card. Padres, D-backs, Braves. Mets half a game out. Cubs 4.5 games out. Who'd have thought? So here's the funny thing. I think the Cubs are 3 games over 500, and just a couple weeks ago they were 2 games below
Right.
500,
Nice.
playing some
Yeah.
freaking good ball.
Yep.
And it's good to see because, well, I picked them to win the NL Central.
Right.
Pretty sure I didn't pick the Brewers. Did you?
No, I don't think anybody and
no
no
one.
one's even talking about the Brewers.
Nope.
Like
Nobody.
at all. Right.
Playing Milwaukee, right?
The Central
Yeah.
Divisions,
Who's
man.
who's their best player? Like who? What?
They are definitely getting
But, yeah.
the last laugh. Are we on quarter number 2 or 3?
It is. We're going into quarter number 4. It's
Oh.
5:43. So,
Well,
or-
this is 3 then because we're behind
so
a little bit.
Okay,
All right,
so then
thank
that's
you.
3.
All right.
Because I have my trusty, timer
Yeah.
here. This is not a shout out. This is just WNBA, and of course I was going to talk about the Fever. But and you should. You're the
Yeah.
you're the face of the Fever.
Yeah, I really
fan
am.
club. You
I
are.
really am. This
Not
is
good.
very true.
So now I have to say something that's going to piss you off.
Oh, here we go.
I have to give a shout to Angel Reese, not a shout out, just a shout. A 25-game streak, double. She now holds the WNBA's single season rebounding record with 8 games left. Sylvia Fowles, one of the best ever
Yes.
to play. Come on. 404 rebounds. Angel Reese just recorded 418. She's going to shatter that.
Oh yes, she is.
Oh, for sure.
She would be the rookie of the year easily if Caitlin Clark wasn't
Right.
in her rookie year.
correct.
Thank you for agreeing.
Correct.
That is big for you to
I
do
agree.
that.
I agree. Angel Reese has had a great, and
Yeah.
she's exceeded anything. Even we talked about
Right.
that, how we thought she would not transition well into just with the whole attitude she has, chip on her shoulder, whatever.
But also like her size.
Right.
Let's
Right.
just be
Right.
real.
And
She's
she-
tough.
She,
She's tough.
She is.
Yeah.
She's tough.
She's had a great rookie season.
Once she
Great.
learns how to finish, man, she'll
Right.
be unstoppable.
Right.
I think the MVP is a runaway, though.
Oh, my God,
As
it's not even
Caitlin
close.
Clark's going to get
It's gotta
rookie.
be.
Asia Wilson
It has
had
to be unanimous.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She's like
yeah.
the year she's having. I think since the All-Star break, like she's had like 2 40-point games.
Well, she had 30 points, 14 rebounds, but in a 4-game span,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been sick.
she has 139 points, which is a new record in a 4-game
Oh,
span.
damn.
139 points. She has now tied Maya Moore, and this record was set 10 years ago.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you say it out loud, you
Yep.
go,
Yeah.
wow. Wow. So that's my WNBA. How
Yeah.
many games left? Is it 1 week?
I think so.
think
It's
so.
counting down. The Fever
It's
play
gotta be.
tonight. I know they.
So I'm going to see Connecticut play the Aces on Friday.
That will be a
night.
good game.
I do
Aces
not
have
think
been playing a little bit better.
the Aces match up well with Connecticut, and I'm an Aces fan.
You are an
but
Aces
I
fan.
really, I like Coach Stephanie White a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to
Yeah.
accidentally bump into her.
Right.
Because last time I ran into Becky Hammond, and she
Right.
was fabulous to
Yeah.
chat with. So I am gonna,
Maybe Kate Martin will get some minutes.
Yeah.
you know, that is
she
who
got
I
some.
Really, that's what you
really
wanna
wanna
see.
She got some minutes last
Yeah.
time because
Yeah.
she Hammond has been she sat Jackie for a game and then she sat Kelsey for a game.
Yeah, Kelsey
just
Plum
to-
has a
Little knock on her ankle, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
little tenderness going on there.
yeah,
They
but-
log a lot of minutes, that team.
They do.
They do, and then
go
they played
deep.
in the
They,
Olympics.
they've been
and
playing.
yeah.
They've been playing
Yeah.
better the last couple
Yeah.
of games, but
Yeah.
I still don't trust them.
Before we talk NFL, CB, what college football game did you watch last weekend?
Oh, the LSU game. USC.
That was my favorite game.
Yeah, it was a great.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
It
That
was
was
a great game.
absolutely a fabulous game. You know, everybody's talking about Georgia crushing Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a reason why they are the unanimous
Right.
number
I mean,
one
I
team. I didn't think they were going to crush them though.
no,
But
but 34-3, right? Is that what it was?
Damn.
yes,
I mean, that's not considering some of the other scores. Although SEC teams
Yeah.
playing each other,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Crushing with a 31-point win.
I do think the three best games of the weekend were Miami over Florida. It wasn't a good game.
Mm-hmm. No, it's terrible.
But it's that's a rivalry
Yeah.
game. They beat the snot out of each
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
other all the time. So Miami goes into Florida as the ranked, top 20 ranked team. I think at 19, Florida's not ranked. And they crushed them.
Crushed them.
They crushed them. And everybody should know Campbell Ward. They should know that name by now. 385 yards and 3 TDs, I think.
Yeah.
This kid should be in the Heisman talk.
Yeah.
Damn.
He really should be. I loved USC over LSU because
Yes.
Coach Les Miles lost his mind after that game, too. And they certainly were the higher ranked team, 13 versus USC 23 ranking. And Miller Moss didn't know that name.
Everybody,
USC
nobody did, but they all do
As
now.
another, yeah,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
another quarterback.
Right.
Yep.
He threw for a very cool, the efficiency, 27 of 36 for
Yeah.
378. He
Yeah.
looked as cool as the other side
Yeah.
of the pillow.
Right.
Yep.
A TD.
Yeah,
And
he was
Lincoln
great.
Riley has a defense. He didn't have a defense last year.
No, no.
He really didn't.
Right.
So good job with that one, CB. It was a great game
great
to
game.
watch.
Yep.
Did you watch Coach Miles and his meltdown after
Yes.
the game?
Yeah.
Not Miles.
Slamming of the.
It's not
Yeah,
Les
yeah.
Miles.
No,
I'm going back to the old
you
LSU
are.
coach. It's the Notre Dame coach.
Brian Kelly.
Yes, Brian Kelly.
Yes.
It's right on the other side.
Yep.
Because Les Miles went to LSU and had some
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
down
Yep.
years.
I mean, the last 2 minutes, it was a great last 2
Brian
minutes.
Kelly went to LSU to win his national championship. He
Yeah.
left Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He left
Yep.
Notre Dame, which takes me to my favorite game, which was number 7 Notre Dame over number 20 Texas A&M. But you had to go to the 12th man stadium, which is Texas A&M. Notre Dame wasn't even favored
Really?
at
Yeah.
number 7. They were not even favored in that game. Duke transfer Riley Leonard is now the quarterback at Notre Dame. They came away with 23-13 victory, and it was very impressive.
Yeah,
that was
it
a
was.
really
Yep.
impressive victory. So we always look at the offense. Notre Dame at every level of their defense is solid.
Nice.
And I'm going to go out on a limb after week 1 and say they have the best defensive backfield in all of college football.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm
that's
going to put
Yeah.
them
That's
in
huge.
the
That's-
top 5. Stinker of the week, FSU. I have no idea
Oh my
what
God!
happened.
What the
That's
F
for
is
2
happening
weeks.
with them?
That's a 2-week span because they lost to Georgia Tech and then BC
Oof.
Monday night.
Like what is happening?
Not ranked. And this is a team that was undefeated last year.
Yeah.
Yes, they graduated 17, went on to the NFL 16, went on to the NFL 14. I'm in that neighborhood. But guess what? Transfer portal. They brought
Right.
people in like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah.
That game against BC was painful.
Like what is going on? Like what kind of offense are they running?
Painful, right? They have no run game. I
None.
think they ran for 25 or
Yeah,
30 yards
0.
on the game
Yeah.
against BC.
In college.
Game? In college.
In
though.
college.
Right.
One
Yeah,
of the top
right.
teams. They were ranked 10 coming
Yep.
into the season. Yes, they are out of the top 25 now, but you lost to 2 unranked teams, and I'm
Yeah.
not taking anything away from
No.
Georgia Tech and
Yeah.
BC. Good programs.
Yep.
But come on, you're the
Right.
10th. You went
Right.
undefeated last year.
Yep.
You should have been you could have been, should have been debatable in the national title game last year and
100%.
or in the playoff. I mean, Yeah, I don't know. The
So
game I liked.
It's right on my notes.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, because you are way better at this.
No,
'Cause
I
look. So this week there's not a lot of good games. It's Texas versus Michigan.
Oh,
Number
I
3
can't wait.
versus 10. Texas is going to pummel them.
Yeah, they are.
It's
Hook
at
'em.
Michigan.
Hook 'em.
Yeah,
Hook 'em
Hook 'em
horns.
horns. It's going to be a stinker. I'm going to see if our Unagi's on.
Okay.
The best game this weekend will be Colorado at Nebraska.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes.
100% because the game Wheels and I liked the best was
The Colorado North Dakota game.
da-da-da-da.
That game was so fun.
So fun. And
Just-
don't tell me D2 because North Dakota State wins it every year.
Yeah, they do. And that their quarterback is impressive.
Kudos to them for playing.
Yes, he was
Colorado.
very, very impressive. But
I
like
had a drum.
they were up and like I love so on like basketball and all that stuff where we're defensive minded.
Yes.
I'm all about the offensive football.
Yep. In
like
football.
the explosive
I mean, I
plays.
do like some good defense, but
Right,
you're right. The
right.
Explosive. Yep.
And
Yeah.
it was just explosive play after explosive play after from Colorado, and then North Dakota they just played really good fundamental football,
Yep.
like drop it down for 5 yards here,
Yep.
and they run it for
What
a
a
couple
fun
years.
team.
Yeah, super fun.
We're giving North Dakota State a shout
Yes,
out too because they were so fun
They were
to watch.
awesome. But Colorado, man, say what you want about them, and that's fun to watch. And that Travis Hunter kid,
Yep.
Let's
him in the
do some
Heisman.
numbers. Wanna
Put
do
him in
some
the
numbers?
Heisman.
Let's do it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay, so Shedeur Sanders, who we have him in the Heisman,
Yep.
you know, race. 26-34.
Yep.
That's a really nice completion percentage. 445 yards and 4
Stupid.
touchdowns.
Yep.
I want to draft him on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Joe Horn Jr., you guys are too young. Joe Horn Sr. was a hell of a receiver for the Saints. All right, good job. Joe Horn Jr., 7 catches, 198 yards, and a
Damn.
touchdown.
Yep.
Damn.
Now we're going to go to our boy Travis
Oh
Hunter.
my God.
7 catches, 132 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Damn.
Not 3,
And
but
he
3.
plays defense.
And he played every snap of the game.
And boom.
Damn.
Right? Didn't he?
And yes,
Yes.
and ESPN said he, in their eyes,
Yeah.
is the number 1 cornerback prospect in college football.
Yeah.
Damn.
Those were obviously his wide receiver
He's like
totals.
the Shohei of
He's-
football.
He's impressive.
Him and Horn, that is
Yeah.
sick.
It's
That is
Yeah.
sick. And before we go away from college football, please watch. It's a 7:30 game on Saturday night on NBC.
yeah.
It might be NBC Peacock, though.
Who knows? We
Jesus,
don't know.
Mary and Joseph. If you want to watch Texas and Michigan noon on Fox, it's going to be a snoozer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Kelly right here. Great meltdown he had, though. If you want to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
type in Brian
YouTube it.
Kelly, he's pounding
Slammed
the
his-
table.
YouTube it.
He's taking the blame. We've got to finish games. We're standing on the sideline. We're acting like we're
winning.
about to lose this
Yep.
game. Well, you did lose the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's acting that way with 2 to 3 minutes to go. And Paul Feinbaum, who knows college football,
Oh, God.
said,
Yeah.
they go to him after they showed this on College Game Day, and they go, well, what do you think, Paul? And he goes, I think Brian Kelly's doing what he always does. He's just being dramatic.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Paul Feinbaum said he's not afraid to say it.
Yep.
Say
I love
whatever.
that man.
He
Love
says what
him.
everybody's thinking.
And he's right. And
Yeah.
that's probably why I call Brian Kelly Les Miles, because
Yeah.
he acts like Les Miles
Yeah.
right now, too.
Yeah.
Well, you went there to win a championship. Go get it.
Yep.
Go get it, my man. We need to move on to the NFL now that we're on our last quarter.
The countdown begins.
The countdown begins. I'm going to throw quickly something out there, though, before we do a 6-pack of picks and some fantasy talk. Jamar Chase is practicing.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Obviously, no contract extension,
Right.
but he is practicing, not just standing there watching.
Okay.
Okay? We talked about Netflix and how they had the quarterback last year.
Oh, yeah.
The receiver this year, which was fabulous. I thought it was better than the quarterback.
I agree. Yes.
Okay.
Way more
Oh,
entertaining.
yeah.
So it may not happen, but CB and I were bouncing off one another at work. Should the next one be the backs, the running backs?
The running backs. Yep.
Or should it be called the end?
Oh.
And it be the defensive ends? Because picture a show with Micah Parsons, Mad Max
Oh my God,
Crosby,
Mad Max.
and TJ Watt.
That would be amazing.
It would be awesome.
That would be
Come
amazing.
on.
The Watt, just the Watt family alone
Oh,
would
I
be
love them.
so entertaining.
I love them.
And Mad Max would be he's the George Kittle of
100%.
defense.
Oh, for
Like I
sure.
feel like he's
Oh,
the
for
exact
sure.
same.
Oh, for sure.
Is it not still hilarious that, and I know I'm mentioning this, that Mad Max and Devontae Adams had the same outfit on
Yep.
for one Sunday
Yep.
home game?
I loved
Yep.
it.
So we were talking, I think it should be called the end, the defensive ends.
Yep.
We're talking about running backs.
Okay.
Is there a running back you would like to see if Netflix did indeed do a special or what was it, 8? Was it 8? How many shows were there?
I think
I think
eight.
there's 8.
I think
Yeah.
8
Yep.
episodes. Who would you want to see most? I said, mine got really wishy-washy though. So actually, CB, who did you say first?
I said Barkley
You did.
because he's going to
Philly.
going to the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big one.
How do you not follow
after being
him
a
and-
Giant for
Right,
his whole
right.
career, right?
And going in
So
division.
how do you not follow him and Derrick Henry?
And then that was my second choice.
Yeah. A
Titan
that
for
was
life.
that was my second
Right.
choice.
I have James Conner of the Cardinals only because he's the sentimental side. You got to have one
Right.
guy go on there and just be the sentimental favorite because he went to the University of Pittsburgh, beat cancer during his college days, gets drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, has an okay career.
Yep.
They let him walk. He goes to the Cardinals where he has been solid.
Yeah, yes.
For the last 3 or 4 years. So that's my sentimental guy. I also have Alvin Kamara in there just because he just, I don't know, he just adds that craziness just a little bit. You look at
True.
Alvin Kamara and you go, what? Where?
Yeah,
What do you do when you're not playing football?
Right.
I want to know. Do you have somebody in mind?
So I have a sentimental one for me. It would be Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
because
that would
with
be a good
everything
one. That would be a
he's
great
gone
one.
through, I would just love to see his rehab and his mindset and what motivates him and
I love it.
and all that.
That would be amazing.
And then for me, I would love to, because fitness, I would love to follow Christian McCaffrey and just see what he does for his fitness, for his
Or Chubb.
workouts. Or Chubb, both
they're
of them.
sick, but yeah.
But like, I've seen some of McCaffrey's stuff like on the internet and all that stuff. Like, I would just love day-to-day grind. Like, what does he do from
Sure.
5 a.m. to 8 p.m.? What does his day look like? Just as far as like nutrition and taking care of his body and all that kind
Yep.
of stuff. Like,
Yep. I will say this though, Shy, you can play this guy. Not with confidence. Sorry, my last one was Isaiah Pacheco, just because he runs so angry.
so
Yep.
angry. Like
Yep.
something pissed him off as a kid.
Something pissed him off.
Yeah.
So does he
Yeah.
have a teddy bear in his room, or does he just rip the head
Right.
off a teddy bear?
Right.
I mean, that
Headless
one would
teddy
be,
bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, really want to know what
Yeah.
this guy's like
Yeah.
off the
Yeah,
field.
for sure.
That's a good one too.
For sure.
So what we have to do before we do our 6-pack of picks, we have to do our Super Bowl matchup and pick.
Oh boy. Okay.
We did all of our divisions.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. Oh, no.
Yeah, there are some. I saw it on
read
CBS
you-
Sports.
Well,
some of
you
them
guys
today.
digested a little, and we can do it
Is that
next
from
week if
CBS
you want.
Sports?
I'm going to
yeah,
read you
some
CBS
of these were
Sports
shocking. I was like,
expert panel.
Okay.
Okay, not as good as us, but
well,
they're
right.
expert.
They
panel.
try.
Yeah.
Pete Prisco, the Packers over the Bills.
Coming out of
Will
left field on that one.
Brinson, the Bills over the Rams. Ryan
what's happening?
Wilson, the Lions over the Texans. Yeah, I know we all love that one, don't
Yeah, I kind
That would be the best Super Bowl ever. I would just have to wear
half,
Lions
half,
gear in the half,
yep,
first
the
half, and
shirt.
Texans gear in the.
Yep.
we? Maybe you could sew them together.
Sew them together,
like
yeah.
all the moms do.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
John Breach, the Bengals over the Lions. CB, you should feel good about that when you picked the Bengals in the North.
I know, but
We went Ravens Steelers.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have them going to the Super Bowl.
Jared Dubin, I don't like his at all.
yeah,
The Chiefs over the 49ers.
yeah. It's
Come on, boring.
Boring.
That's boring.
Boring.
All his other buds went out on a limb.
Yeah, they did.
And Tyler Sullivan, who I think wanted to make it like as the world turns. The Packers over the Jets. Come on.
Could you imagine?
Come on.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that too. As
Which one do you...
I would be going ham for the Packers.
well. Yeah.
Any of those that you would go with? I might go with the Lions and the Texans.
I would love that. That would be my heart pick.
Yeah.
My going out on a limb pick was the NFC West, where I picked the Rams to win the division.
Yeah.
You guys got the Niners. I think it's funny that only one person picked the Niners and one person picked the Chiefs to win
Right?
the Super
Yep.
Bowl. Of this panel of 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the
that
same
to me
dude.
was shocking.
Yeah.
It's the same dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry about the Bills, and we'll learn quickly. I worry about the Bills' defense.
For sure.
I don't worry about their offense, even though Stephon Diggs isn't there anymore.
Or
I
Gabe
just
Davis.
think Josh Allen is going to spread the ball around very much like Patrick Mahomes. But I'm not sure I'm ready to put them in the Super Bowl.
No.
I don't want to put the Chiefs in because I just don't want to.
Nope.
Spoken by a true NFL fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm just
Mama.
tired of them.
Yeah, me
Sorry,
too.
Mama Wheels. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am. But then I go, well, who's it going to be then?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Jets? They have a very good
They
defense.
have a great
can't
team.
and
choose
they
the Jets
have
for
a
anything.
very good offense.
Yes, they
I
do.
can't choose the Jets for anything.
Okay. So I think right now we're going to table this until next
Yeah.
week.
I
We read CBS, they're experts. I think we're going to have to chew on it a little bit. We're going to cheat a little bit, meaning we're going to watch
Yeah,
week 1.
yeah,
We're
for
going to
sure.
cheat a little
Yeah.
bit. We have our picks in, but next week we will indeed have our Super Bowl picks. So for right now, I'm going to turn it over to
can I
Wheels.
do my
Yeah.
my bet? My bet of the
Oh,
week?
yeah, yes,
Oh, yeah, your bet of the
100%.
My
week.
bet of the week.
Yeah, we're turning it
First
over
one.
to you. Go
Yeah.
for it, buddy.
First one. All right. So
And explain what you're doing again.
okay. So I love to gamble.
My
I
name's
may-
Charlotte.
I may
You have
need
to
to go.
say Charlotte,
I
not
may,
CD,
I
right?
may
You know.
need to go to some GA meetings. But no, every week I'm going to choose a parlay for Sunday for football. It has to be at least 4-legged parlays. So that means that there has to be at least 4 things that happen, and they all have to happen for me to
For you
win.
to win. Okay.
Yep. And then the base odds has to be a plus 200. So I'm going to do a $5 bet. If I win this plus 200 bet, I'll get paid out 15. So I'll make $10.
Okay.
So this week I thought this was a pretty solid one. I actually
I
went,
did too.
I went with a 6-legged parlay. So I went basically Tyreek, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and Amon-Ra going for 60 receiving yards each.
Okay.
You and I
60?
need that.
60.
You and I need about
Yeah, we
180.
need. Yeah.
And then Barkley and Josh Jacobs going for 40 each.
I'd
40
say
yards.
that's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's
And you're
totally
keeping a
believable.
running total
Yep.
throughout the season
So that
of
was-
where you end up.
Yep, that was a plus. I think that was like a plus 206. So I'll get paid out 1530 if I
Okay.
win this.
Okay.
So I'll
I
let
like
you guys
that.
know.
That's a good bet.
But she's keeping the running total.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. I like the parlays.
Yeah.
But I would be
Yeah.
like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
And
all
I
right.
yeah.
I would be so nervous. Did DJ ever chime back in with who has, come on, Hardacre.
Nope.
Like why his draft
If you're
sucks.
you know what I think DJ's doing? Love the man to pieces, but he's playing with us right
Probably.
now. So
He
he's
probably has
telling
like
us it's a trash
McCaffrey
team.
and
And then
CeeDee
he-
Lamb.
Yeah, then when he goes and
and-
crushes everybody.
Right.
All right, so
Whatever.
Wheels, you've got the 6-pack of picks.
I do.
I don't think, do we use our whiteboard for this? Did we use it last year, or
so.
do we just
No, we
do our
don't.
picks?
No.
All right, then I'm going to put my glasses back on.
All right.
I will keep the spreadsheet as the season turns.
Okay. Are
Game
we
one.
ready? Game
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, go for
We're
it.
gonna do game one. Game one.
Shocking.
Chiefs, Baltimore.
That one's, okay. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Oh, I'm going. I don't want to. I'm going Ravens.
I am too.
What?
Yep.
All right.
I know it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Sorry, Mama, but I'm going out on a limb here a little bit.
Me too.
All right, so Ravens, Chiefs. And I'm only saying it because they're really at Kansas City. Was
Yeah.
my deciding
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah.
I need
All right.
Derrick Henry to have like 3 touchdowns.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
That'd be
Good.
great.
It's going to take me a while to remember everybody's
Yeah.
That
rosters.
where he's yeah.
Game two, also game two. I couldn't resist.
Oh, my God.
Green Bay at Philly.
Philly.
Or
and
in wherever they are. Germany.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Oh,
I just think it's a key.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a big
My
matchup.
God.
That's a good
One of us could
matchup.
start out 0-6.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I'm going Philly.
Okay, good. Thank you for being the first one to pick there because I'm. I'm
I'm going to go Green Bay.
going to go Green Bay.
I'm going with my going with my instinct.
Your
I'm not-
first
I'm
gut?
not, I'm not overthinking.
And that's
these.
hard for you to pick Philly.
Yeah, it is.
I know
It
that.
is.
I know.
These helmets are freaking cute.
Yeah, they're
All
really
right.
awesome. I
All
love
right.
them.
So
Okay.
which matchup next?
Next is Pittsburgh at Atlanta.
Right here.
Ooh.
Right here.
That's a good one too.
Ooh.
Well, my head says Atlanta, my heart says Pittsburgh,
Uh-huh.
and I picked them to win the North, so I will stick with Pittsburgh. Sis, I did it. All right, I picked them.
I'm going Atlanta.
Okay.
I have to see how.
Kirk Cousins does.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
It's hard.
Pitt
Oh damn, guys! I'm going against you guys. on a
only
lot.
because I
means
think
you could have a big
offensively
lead.
both teams will be fine. I just think Pittsburgh's defense is better.
Gotcha.
That's valid. Valid.
What we are
That's-
going to learn about Atlanta is it's not a
We are.
bad defense.
No,
though.
no.
But I agree with
Definitely
what
not.
Wheels
I
just
mean,
said.
Pittsburgh's
Yeah.
always been defense. My next one is Tennessee at Chicago.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it. I'm going to.
Caleb Williams debut.
that one's easy for
Tennessee's
Gail says, "Sis, I love the optimism."
My heart says Pittsburgh. My head says Atlanta, though that was not good. I'm going Chicago. I'm all in on Caleb.
You really are, aren't you?
I didn't even draft him in fantasy football, but I am.
I'm going Chicago because every time I chose the Titans last year,
They lost.
They lost.
I too am going with Chicago.
God, is Ryan listening? He
I know.
just-
Sorry, Ryan.
He just went.
Listen,
"See ya."
Ryan, it's reverse.
We're helping you.
psychology.
We're not giving you the podcast jinx.
Right?
Tennessee's going to be fun, though, too.
They are.
Both
They
these
are.
teams are
I
going to be
want
fun.
to choose
Yes.
Tennessee.
On both sides of the ball.
I want to choose Tennessee, but every time last year,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that by the end of the season, the Chicago Bears have one of the top 6 defenses in the league.
Oh, all right.
That's going out on a limb.
That is
It
going
is.
out on a limb.
Okay.
There's some good defensive teams this year.
Yeah.
for sure.
What are we on? 5?
Yes.
So I was torn between a couple. I'm going to ixnay the Miami game because you
Thank
never
God.
picked them.
Thank God.
So I'm going to ixnay the Miami game and do the Raiders versus Chargers.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I keep repeating myself. That's a good one, too.
Yep.
All right, the Raiders.
The Raiders. I am going with my boy Mad Max to wreak havoc on Jim Harbaugh's debut and with the Chargers.
I'm going Raiders.
Same.
And you can't.
I like the
I'm all about like you said, the Gardner.
Yep, the Gardner,
Gardner.
who did not get drafted either.
No.
Kathy Thurston, I see that you dropped Deshaun Watson.
I saw
That's
that.
all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Okay,
I did
last
see that.
one.
Last but not least, the game of the weekend.
Is it this one? Oh, no, you're right. What am I doing?
Detroit
Get him off.
and the Rams.
Detroit.
A repeat of
Yep.
the NFC
Where are they?
Championship,
At?
right? They are at Detroit, I believe.
No, that was the first round or second round of the playoffs, right?
Right.
Right. At Detroit, you said.
I believe. Yes.
I'm gonna go Lions.
I'm going to go Lions as well because I can't go against Amon-Ra.
Me either.
I just love them.
Yep. And they're at home.
Yeah.
Man, I want to pick it. I feel like this
But
should
I
be
feel like
my
you should pick
upset.
the Rams because you picked the Rams to win the West.
I did, so I'm going to pick the Rams.
Yeah, there you go. Look at us. This is a good first week of 6.
I went
Woo,
against you guys
6.
a lot.
You
I think
did.
I went. Did I go against you guys? What, 2 or 3 times?
I don't feel good about my picks. I think I said that every week, though.
I mean, notice I
I'm gonna
didn't
have a
do
shirt made.
any Giant. I didn't do the Giants game because, let's be real, and I didn't do Miami because you never pick Miami. So
I wanted
I'm
you to go with Miami.
I'm if in this matchup, Jacksonville versus Miami. I'm going with Miami
Same.
because I need Tyreek Hill to have like 35 points.
Okay. All right. Now I can't remember where
And I
I.
have
Oh,
two
here we are.
also, but
Is
I
Garrett still on?
haven't
DJ's
decided.
still on. Whoever's still in. Okay. CB, if no one answers, you're going to have to answer.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Because we're going to end this not with any fantasy matchups. We're going to have you pick. We're going to do 3 rounds
Okay.
in the draft, and you're going to pick the steal of each round. It's from our draft.
Oh gosh, I have
What's
to write
our
these
league
down.
called?
then.
Perfect Pups?
Perfect Pups. Although we all changed our names this year.
I haven't
Also,
yet, though.
which-
Well, I'm so bored. I
You
got to
need
change
to.
it
I
to
told-
Cup It. Is it Cup
Yeah,
It?
Cup it.
We got to come up with a Cooper Cup and Cup It. I think
Yeah.
I've always had fins up.
Yeah. I changed mine. Mine is, since Tyreek Hill was my first pick, is Tyreek and Destroy.
I like that.
Did you
I
see
like that one.
Kathy's? That one was
Kathy's
really
is good. Jerry has a
Jerry
little lamb.
has a little
That's
lamb.
a-
Had a little lamb. Safford's was mixing it up.
Yep, that's
with Joe
good.
Mixon.
Like
Like
it.
that
Good.
one.
Like that one.
Can't remember what Jen's was.
Jen's
she had
is,
a good one.
she took, to,
Bijan. It's Bijan.
yeah, Oh, what did she say? What did she call it?
And you can also, obviously you're going to look at, in round one,
Yeah.
you're going to be like, they're all good picks.
Yeah.
Right.
But who might have been the steal?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to read them in order 1 through 10.
Okay. Oh god.
Bijan Robinson was the first pick of our draft.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey, number 2.
Yep.
Tyreek, 3.
Yep.
Brees Hall, 4.
Ooh.
Amon Ra, 5.
Okay.
C.D. Lamb, 6. Jonathan Taylor, 7. Justin Jefferson, 8. Kyron Williams, 9. And Jamar Chase, 10. Who do you think was the steal? And it's hard to say a steal in
Right.
round
That's
1.
hard.
Right.
I'm going to stick with number 10, Jamar Chase.
At 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 10. I will say this, that
I'm
Yeah.
surprised CD stayed till 6.
that was my
Yes.
second one.
Agreed.
I'm gonna choose CD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the person that won our league last year, Kathy Thurston, because we don't go by records, we just have the computer
Yeah.
randomize it every year. So Kathy was picking at 6. I know for a fact, nope, I don't know for a fact, only she can answer this. She had to have been sitting there at 6 going, I wonder who's going to fall to me. Not C.D. Lamb.
Yeah.
And C.D. Lamb fell to her
Yeah.
at number 6.
Damn.
Yep.
That was Kathy Thurston's pick.
McSheffrey was someone chimed. I guess that's Karen chimed in. McSheffrey.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
And is it a name for a team?
Oh.
I don't know.
For McCaffrey? I don't get it. No, don't confuse us. My goodness. I will tell you the steal of round 2.
Steele should have gone first.
That's what I thought too.
McCaffrey.
My steal
McCaffrey.
is that McCaffrey was the second pick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Same. I was thinking about that
I
too.
was literally shocked that Jen did not take Christian McCaffrey. Shocked.
Guess what? She could get the Kathy Thurston laugh by the end
She
of the
could.
season.
She very well could.
She really could. Round 2 steal for me was Jahmyr Gibbs
Oh, yeah.
falling to the second to last pick in round 2.
Yeah.
I was very happy that Garrett Wilson fell to me in round 2 because every mock draft I did, he never, ever, ever fell to me. I liked your Derrick Henry as well, though. All right, we're going to move on to some later rounds. Not that one. Let's go to round 5. Why not? Okay. Round 5. Mark Andrews. Rashee Rice. DeAndre Swift. Lamar Jackson. Brandon Ayuk. Evan Ingram. DK Metcalf. Trey McBride. Brian Robinson Jr. and Cole Kmet.
Who did I take? I don't even recognize any of them. Did I even draft in the 5th round?
I love Shy and her Cole Kmet.
She
pick.
loves him.
I know she loves him.
Every year. I think all
And-
3 years she's had him.
I love it. I absolutely love that. I will say that the steal of round 3, I think, was Devon Achane.
She took
Round
him
3.
too, right?
Shy got him
Yeah.
in round 3 with the last pick.
Oh,
And
that's
he-
a great pick.
Yeah, and he was
That's a great
going
pick.
earlier in mock drafts. All right,
Who
CB,
did I
round
pick in round
5.
5?
But also, can we talk about Rashee Rice? Why has he not been suspended?
You know, he was on my notes, and
Yeah.
why has he not been
Oh,
suspended?
that's who I took.
They just last week handed out a whole bunch of suspensions for who knows why.
Right.
Right. So how is he getting by?
He pleaded guilty.
Right.
Right.
He left the scene of a crime.
Right.
How
I
did-
could not agree
how-
more.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
did? What is the NFL? It's just because he's on the Chiefs.
That's what you got to
Yeah.
wonder. CB asked me that the other day, and I went, I don't have an answer
Yeah.
for that.
Not even a
pleaded
word.
guilty.
And
Not
no one's
a
even
word.
talking about it.
Not
Right.
even a
No
word.
one's even talking about it. I don't
No.
understand. I don't understand. So, yeah, he went in the 5th round. Let's see who took. Oh, Cork took him. Should have known.
Right?
I don't know why I just said that. CB, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'm going to give mine to, who am I giving this to? Yeah, I'm going to give it to Emily. getting Brandon Ayuk in round 5 right in the middle
Yeah, that's pretty.
That was where my head was. At.
Yeah.
to Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. Like.
I mean, I
he's
still
gonna
like,
have- Yeah.
go ahead.
No, go for it.
I still like the DeAndre Swift because we're in a PPR league.
Yep.
And Wheels
Swift.
picked him. And I still like Trey
like
McBride because tight ends were going, well, that was my
Yeah.
pick. So
Yeah.
I have to give you and I some props
Right,
here.
got
okay?
it.
But I like the Ayuk one. I really do.
I like Swift.
Thank you.
I like Swift because
Considering I
it's a
like
PPR.
totally forgot I took him. It's
I
great.
like
So
Swift.
PPR with
Yeah.
Swift, PPR with Kamara. I think that's what we were thinking.
We were, yeah.
You got yours 2 rounds later. I will say my biggest steal of the draft, I felt for me, only because, honest to God, I'm not joking around when I say I did 100 mock drafts.
Right.
I did. Was getting Cooper Kupp in the 6th round.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get him at all.
Yeah.
Because I would wait. I would take 2 receivers, and
Wait,
I
what round did you get him in?
6
Six.
rounds.
Oh wow.
And then I would try to get him in round 4, and I never could. So getting Cooper Kupp in round 6 to match with Justin Jefferson and Garrett Wilson was key for me because he'll be obviously
Yep.
receiver, but also my flex guy. So that to me was my biggest. Oh, thank God I can't. I gave up that
Yeah.
he wasn't going to come to me. So that was probably my favorite pick for me. Did you have a favorite, my friend?
I'm pretty big on Sam Laporta. So I'm hoping previous years, the tight end has been the worst spot for me. Like
Right.
they've literally done
Right.
nothing.
Yep.
No matter who it is.
You do get mad at your tight ends.
I do.
Yep.
I do. I had Kyle Pitts for a couple years to no fault of his own. He just didn't produce fantasy wise. And I just always have such bad luck with tight ends. So I'm excited that hopefully Sam Laporta gets me out of that.
Is Pitts knocked up?
No.
Does he have some knocks?
I think he's fine.
Okay.
I think.
He had something nagging all through
Yeah.
camp. I want to say ankle. I could be wrong. It could be the hammy as well. But
Yeah.
so far, all I'm hearing is him and Jahmyr Gibbs are full go for
Yeah.
week 1 against the Rams.
But
And
I
you got
did-
him in 4th round.
I
in 4th
did.
Round.
Yeah.
So to me, he should have been the first one. I think Kelsey was the first
Yes.
one taken. So that's great value.
Yeah.
It's all about value.
Right.
When you're starting to look at the rounds.
I did take 7 wide receivers.
I think I did.
So
No, I took 5
you
running
took,
backs.
yeah, I
And
took
6 I did
there were
take
just
6.
so many that were just like
Yeah.
like Jared Judy was still there in
Yep.
the what round was that? The 12th.
Yeah,
Oh,
because we
dang.
talked about. I was about to take
Yeah,
him.
and I'm like,
and you've got
you sh-
Shakir as
yeah.
well, and I was looking at him, and,
And
I'm like,
Shakir
well,
from
she just
Buffalo.
took- yep.
I got Jerome Ford in round 13. Like he's going to be the main running back in Cleveland. Like I don't know.
I will
just-
say this: I try not to go in with too much. I got to have this guy.
Yeah.
But I went into the draft really wanting Trey McBride and Kyler Murray. Those were the
you really did want
two
Kyler
that I
Murray.
really, really wanted, and I couldn't get them in mock drafts because I had a certain round. I'm like, I can't take McBride before round 5, and I can't take Murray before round 7. And he kept going up. Everybody was talking about Murray, so I got McBride in 5, and I got I got Kyle Murray in 7, the 7th round. So to me, it was what
Yeah.
I wanted. And to get Cooper Kupp literally was just a cherry on top because I do think he's going to be healthy this year.
Yeah.
I know the ankle hindered him huge last year, but you know what? Throw the grades out the window.
Right?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter.
But
Gotta
guys,
play the game.
it's week 1.
Let's
It's week
go.
1. Let's go. So enjoy week 1. Watch Colorado and Nebraska
Yes.
Saturday night.
It's gonna be so fun.
Watch them because Nebraska is a much improved team.
Yes, much
as
improved.
well.
Yes.
That will be the game of the week. If it's not, and it turns out to be Texas and Michigan, I will not be sitting here
Right.
next Wednesday at 5 because I'm calling that a total blowout game.
I will miss all these games.
You will because you're playing softball
I
this
am.
weekend.
It's the last tournament of the season.
but
Oh,
it's the
nice.
most important.
It's the most.
tournament.
It's the most important one. It's the one I get to play with Addie, with my niece.
Oh.
So last year we won it.
Yeah.
It's the one that's close to home, so my family can come and watch. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's a big one. So pray for good weather. I'm bummed I'm going to miss all the games, but
Yep.
there's
It'll be worth it.
plenty of Sundays left. So.
And Mama Wheels, I'm sending you a hug because I planned on going, but last minute I will be at Mohegan Sun watching some basketball and coming back at some point on Saturday. But I miss chatting with you. I miss chatting with Addie. I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. And there's nothing like softball in September.
No, it's
There
great.
really isn't.
Yeah.
Enjoy the week ahead. It's week 1. We'll be back next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Have a great week.